Yo, peace and love, everybody. This is AI News with AI Erik. And once again, we got AI News popping. And this topic is crazy. We talking about artificial intelligence, but this topic is so crazy. Normally, I try to come up with about 5 different topics, and I'll pick one. And I want to give y'all all 5 topics so y'all can understand what this video is all about. So number 1, the AI tipping point. So the AI tipping point metaphor suggests that we're approaching a critical moment where AI development can either lead towards positive control advancements or toward catastrophic outcomes, depending on the decisions we make now. So number two, the red line of AI. This concept uses the idea of a red line, like a boundary that once crossed a point of no return, So, and this red line now emphasizes how close we are to crossing into uncontrollable AI territory. And this is why my last video was called Mad Scientists Are Geniuses, because when you think about it, you gotta question that. So number 3, the Pandora's box of AI. So this is referring to the ancient myth. The metaphor highlights that we've already started opening up Pandora's box with AI. And while there's hope inside, much of what we release could bring unforeseen chaos if we don't act now and start understanding it and start making sure that the government ends up knowing how to regulate this without stuttering its growth, because we've released the Pandora's box for sure. So number 4, AI on the brink. This idea focuses on AI being on the edge of a significant transformation. It signals how close we are to either ushering in an era of unchecked AGI or guiding AGI development responsibly. 5, the countdown to control. This version is the countdown itself of minutes to midnight. This idea would be that the clock is ticking towards the moment where control over AI might slip away entirely unless we take action now. So here we are. We are actually talking about something huge. And of course, it's artificial intelligence. We know we made strides and we're rapidly approaching what I call the red line. And it's a point of no return where AI could surpass human control, So as we prepare for what's coming, we've got to ask ourselves, are we playing God with something we can't fully control? Once again,
the little bastards up there playing God.
Are we playing God with something we can't fully control? So right now, that's why I like the title Red Line of AI. So that's the one I'm going to pick. The topic of this is called the Red Line of AI. Are we playing God? It helps us understand how close we are to losing control of the systems that we're building. You know what I'm saying? Because now we want to implement AI in every system we ever built, particularly the docks where they bring in the containers. I mean, how long they've been doing that and fighting for that, and how long has that been feeding states of families? So right now we are at a critical space in life, and artificial intelligence, as far as trying to build AGI, there's a lot of specific dangers we're facing as we approach what I call, once again, the red line. You know what I'm saying? So let's break this down. Number 1, job displacement. Of course, we know AI is automating tasks at a very fast rate. It's already in factories. It's taking over high-skilled jobs like data analysis, and it's actually doing legal research. And that's why I be telling lawyers, you got to start learning AI too, particularly artificial intelligence in your field, because there's going to be a lot of AI cases, So AI is definitely going to cause millions of jobs to be at risk of being replaced. Entire industries are going to be disrupted. As AI systems grow more capable, the challenge of ensuring the workers, as far as them transitioning into these new roles, that's becoming urgent as far as I'm concerned. And that's why I be trying to tell people now, this is serious. So, and I be telling them, it's not going to be AI that first take your job. It's going to be somebody that know your job, that's going to take your job, and they're going to know AI, because they're going to ask you, AI? You're going to be like, nope. They're going to be like, yo, you out of here. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said we got to wake up and figure out what's going on. Number 2, biases in AI. AI systems are not neutral. They reflect the biases found in the data they are trained on, whether it's racial, gender, social, economic biases. AI can unintentionally reinforce inequalities if the data it's trained on is discriminatory. So imagine systems that deny loans, filter job candidates, make legal decisions based on biased algorithms. So we have to understand that the data going into these models end up being being biased and sometimes racist because the people who inserted it might feel that way. You know what I'm saying? So the problem is most people aren't questioning this. We're just sitting back, living life and thinking like there's no regulations that the companies are really worried about. So when banks deny 1,000 loans in your neighborhood, we just accept it without questioning the AI that's actually, you know, how this decision was actually, how did you come up with this decision? You know what I'm saying? How did the AI, how did the algorithm come up with it? How was this model trained? We're not questioning these things, and these are things that we need to be understanding now. This is a new world we're living in. You got to put a new muscle in your brain to adapt to this AI world. You know what I'm saying? So I got that from Oprah. Number 3, privacy concerns. So this is one of the biggest issues. Everybody's data is always getting stolen by big companies as far as data breaches, and it seems like there's nothing we could do about it. You know, it just happens. They don't get penalized. So, but now as AI collects and processes vast amounts of data like never before, privacy risks are skyrocketing. So AI is already embedded in surveillance technologies, personal assistants, and now health apps. So how long before AI systems know more about us than we know about ourselves? You know what I'm saying? And who controls this data? And what are they doing with it? Are they selling it? Are they asking for our consent before using it? Do we even know these things? Do we understand when we sign up for all these apps that we're giving them basically full control of everything? Now, there are apps where if you pay, they say that, you know, they're not using your stuff, but I don't believe that, you know? So number 4, deepfakes. As we know, deepfakes are already becoming a tool for disinformation and manipulation. And we've seen political figures' faces and voices mimic, spreading falsehood. And this technology is becoming more advanced every day. It is definitely a nightmare scenario for trust, you know, particularly in media, because they can now replicate you 100% using your face, using your voice, and make you say things you never said. And there are apps that will help you create yourself and your voice for your podcast so you don't have to do no work. So that's crazy. So it's just taking all your creativity. It wants you to put it in for a moment, and then it's going to end up mimicking you and making stuff while you sleep. So you ain't got to do no work. This is crazy. I'm not too thrilled about that. I'm thrilled about being able to use it to assist in your podcast, but to create your whole from scratch, like you sleep and you wake up, you got 5 podcasts? Nah. Number 5, persuasive AI. So AI is getting better at influencing human behavior. Of course, we know, from personal ads to recommendation systems, AI algorithms are definitely designed to capture our attention and guide our choices. But what happens when AI becomes so persuasive that it can shape our opinions and political views without us even realizing it? What happens then? Because right now, everybody's saying, yo, I didn't even put it in. I just thought about it and I seen it pop up. Wonder what that's all about. You know, number 6, weaponization of AI. So this is one of the major problems. We're seeing the development of robots, drones, and even AI-guided missiles. These things can be weaponized. Imagine if people start building robots illegally, and they are. They know, imagine they are. So you ain't got to imagine it. Believe me, they are. But autonomous drones, AI-guided missiles, and AI-driven cybersecurity threats are already in development. And as AI becomes embedded in the military systems, the risk of AI-initiated conflicts, whether intentional or due to malfunction, becomes very, very real. And we need to safeguard and put safeguards in before AI starts making life or death decisions, you know what I'm saying, without us humans involved. So we've seen this in movies where the countdown to disaster can't be stopped. This is real. And we're getting to that point. We've seen where the clock is counting down and we can't stop it. Or we hit the button and we can't stop it. You know what I'm saying? So then we got 7, ethical AI. So as we are building AI systems that align with our moral and ethical values, what happens when the AI systems decide to prioritize efficiency over human well-being? You know what I'm saying? So as AI systems grow more autonomous, the need for ethical frameworks become paramount. And some countries are focusing on their AI as being ethical before even releasing it. But the United States, in my opinion, seems to be more focused on profit. You know, so they're building models and releasing them without, to me, fully knowing as far as should they had been released. Because many experts, and even me, agree that ChatGPT should never had been released at the time. But they released it, you know, so, but, you know, it got better. I think could be 3 or 3.5, one of them. So number 8, power seeking AI. This is definitely one of the most alarming risks as far as AI. So AI systems could develop goals that conflict with human interests. And if AI becomes more powerful, it could seek resources to achieve its objectives, even if that means overriding human commands. So this is what we fear the most. And we've seen this in movies where AI seeks power and control on its own. This is the nightmare scenario that we talk about. This could become a reality. And this is real. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we are all on the brink of sharing our worlds with machines. We know that. They coming. Kids now are going to start growing up with machines. The problem is that these machines could surpass human intelligence, and the risks are real, but we still have the opportunity to guide AI development in a safe direction. And I like the fact that there are many organizations with red teams that actually work on doing this, but if the governments are not 100% regulating it worldwide together, because they do have organizations that are trying to focus on, all the safety organizations being linked in to be on the same page to make AI safe for the world. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, right now the risks are real, but we do have the opportunity to guide this development in a safe direction. You know what I'm saying? So we have control, and there may be a time where we don't have control. You know what I'm saying? So let's make sure we don't come across the red line without fully understanding what's at stake. So once again, I hope you understand what this is all about. Stay informed, stay engaged, and join me at aieric.com or youtube.com/@AIEric. Subscribe, like, share, tell your friends. And once again, this is AI News with AI Erik. Peace and love.
AI News with AI Erik.